welcome back to Manc Gal Pod. If you haven't already, please follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Spotify and YouTube. So if you're listening on Spotify, please make sure you tap that bell and it'll notify you every time a new episode gets uploaded.
And who doesn't need that in their life?
Exactly, yeah, you need to get your weekly fix.
Yep.
So how have you been? What have you been up to?
Great. Well, obviously I went to Barbados, as I banged out about for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Yeah.
So that was a nice quick turnaround. I was literally
Glowing.
back in the country for, thanks so much. I was back in the country for less than a week from being in Ireland. And then off we went, jet setting over to Barbados. And it was just gorge. Babes, it was gorge. I won't bang on about it, but if it's on anyone's to-do list, you should definitely go.
You need to tell some stories. Is there any goss? Anything that happened?
Yes.
Any madness?
Oh my God, yes. So one of my biggest worries was losing my wedding ring because I've lost a bit of weight and my wedding ring is just a bit loose.
Off.
It just comes off and on like that.
Yeah. Especially in the pool and stuff.
Exactly. And I mean, fortunately, because it's so hot out there, you do swell.
Yeah.
So it would have been probably a bit tighter. But because I'm, obviously when I grow up, I want to be a mermaid. I'm always in and out of the sea.
Yeah.
And I just thought if I lose it, I'm going to be mortified.
Yeah.
Anyway, we go in the sea, day one, and we're both floating around, me and Jamie. And then Jamie goes, my wedding ring. And I was like, ha, ha, ha. And he was like, no, I've lost my wedding ring. And I was like, are you joking? And he goes, no. And he lifts his hand up and it's gone.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh my God. And then he starts like digging around for it.
The panic in his face.
The panic was real. He was digging for it. And I was like, what was he doing digging? I said, stop digging. I said, just let it rest. But by this point, he'd already dug, and realistically, we were never going to find it. But it's buried.
It's in the sand somewhere.
But then because he was then digging,
that was really stressful. That
so
I would have pooed myself.
It was day one, but because obviously my ring is more expensive than Jamie's ring.
Yeah, of course.
For me, I was like, oh my! If that
at least it's not yours.
Exactly. That's what I was.
Could have been worse.
I was like,
do you know? I'm imagining right now. I don't know if anyone knows this, but like the Kim Kardashian, I lost my diamond earring, and she's like lost it in the sea, and she's like flopping around. She's like doing the ugly cry face.
Yeah. Like he was panicking. He was like, I can't live without it. I can't be without it. Like it feels so weird. Like that, just that panic. And so then I went to the men in the little hut, and do you have any snorkeling equipment? Yeah. So then we were like in the water looking for it. So we must have spent
in your snorkel mask.
In our snorkel mask.
I would pay to see a picture of you in a snorkel mask.
I'll send you a picture. It's funny.
Oh God.
So we looked for it for like half an hour, 45 minutes, and was like, babe, it's literally gone. Yeah. And I was hoping that we'd find it. Throughout the week it would just go down one day and be washed up on the shore. But
not with the tide and all that.
No, that just
long
didn't
gone.
happen. Yeah, it didn't happen. So that's gone. So we're looking for a new one. But like we were gonna try and get one from there because
sentimental
when we were like, listen, that sentiment is gone now.
Yeah.
So let's just try and buy one that kind of has some new memories behind it.
Yeah.
But we couldn't find one, and there was Cartier across the road, and I was like, babes,
who do you think you are?
No, we're not going Cartier, especially if you're going to lose your ring.
I know, literally. I was going to say.
Yeah. So
round two.
We'll probably get one from a nice little town, like a little village.
Let's go away for the weekend. Exactly. Excuse to go shopping then.
Exactly. Yeah. So that was day one. So it was actually fine. Jamie was so good. He was stressed initially. Then we went on the hunt for a new one. Kind of calmed down, and then it was fine. We just cracked on with holiday. But then my rings went in the safe.
Yeah,
I was absolutely not having that for me.
To be fair though, I don't sunbathe or get in the water or anything like that with my rings on.
Yeah, Oh, I do.
No,
mine
no
never
jewelry,
jewelry,
because I get so scared of losing it.
Everything for me.
Yeah.
If you are not ready to go in the water, then you shouldn't be on me because everything just goes in my watch, my bracelets, like everything. I need non-tarnished jewelry because
100%. I mean, they are all non-tarnished.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Anyway, so that was that, and then like a day or so later, we went to this really cute market, and I ended up singing a little song there, which was really fun. And
so on TikTok?
Yeah, on TikTok. Put that on my personal TikTok. So head over, guys. It'll help me give up my day job. If you like that. Kidding, love my day job.
No, Grace is actually, one of those people that have like a secret talent. Because she doesn't tell people that she can sing, but she definitely can sing. And I feel like when you hear her, it's only really you crack it open when the karaoke's out.
Yeah.
But even then, it's just a little bit of fun.
It's a bit of fun. Yeah. Because the thing is, karaoke makes me ick a bit because I feel like with karaoke, you've either got to be fucking good or terrible. Like when you're that kind of when you're a bit good, it's just a bit cringy. Like you've really got to like put on a show. And I don't really put on a show. And also most of the songs that I would sing really send people to sleep because they're like soft. So really, even though I do love a bit of karaoke, like it's not really for me in my voice. I'm better off.
I'm the kind of person that would get everyone up dancing and singing something cheesy or something.
And really,
although I actually don't know what my talent is. I actually don't know what if I could choose something. I don't know what it would be.
Your talent?
I genuinely don't know what it would be.
I mean,
I could talk literally to anyone about anything, but that is not a talent. Just being a chatterbox.
Absolutely is.
Being a chatterbox.
Yeah, and you're a ray of sunshine, and you've got great character, you've got great personality.
These aren't talents, honey.
Yeah, they are.
That's just me. No, I'm joking. But I actually am going to brainstorm that actually because I do need to think about what my talent is.
Yeah. We can definitely discuss that. I think that'll be a good one.
Sorry.
So they were like, right, guys, this is an open mic session. So if anyone sings or does like spoken word or anything, you should do it. And I was like, no, I won't do that. And Jamie was like, you should do it. And I was like, no. I was like, I can't. And he was like, why? And I was like, And then we were about to leave, and I was like, if I leave and I don't do it, I'm going to wish that I'd done it. And also, with it halfway across the world. So I was like, I'm never going to see these people ever again. And it was more of my setting because it was people on guitars and it was set up for that kind of softer, like smooth type stuff. So literally, we went and sat down, and one of the guys on the guitar looked at me and he went, "You're up next." And I was like, huh? And it was weird because me and Jamie had just been together, like, So I was like, no. And then he came over and he was like, come on, do you sing or anything? And I was like, well, a little bit. And he was like, okay, you're up next. So that was it. Then I ended up.
I feel like you needed that though, because otherwise you definitely wouldn't put your name down.
Yeah, definitely. And then it was funny because there was a guy and a girl on from Canada, and they're in a band. And they were up. So then after they'd finished, the guy came over and said, he's going to play for you. So the guy from the band.
That's good. That's cute.
So I was like, right, okay then. And I literally went up to him and he said, what are you going to sing? And I told him, and he was like, oh, I've never heard of it, but 2 seconds. And he listened to it on Spotify, picked it up like that. Never heard it before. So talented. I couldn't believe it. So then I sang 2 songs, and that was really nice. And then Jamie got up and he sang a song.
Of course, Rob Williams.
No, he sang Elvis Presley. Oh my God. It was our wedding song, the song Walk Down the Aisle to. I Will Always Love You, or something like that. Wise.
Oh, yeah.
So that was really cute, bless him. But it was so funny because Jamie's just in his own world. Like, so after...
Well, Jamie's actually quite a good singer. I think.
Yeah, he is.
I think like guys, it's hard for guys because I feel like not everyone, like with girls, a lot of girls have like performing arts experience, dance, when you're a kid, dance, whatever, sing, act, whatever. But with guys, I feel like it's like a bit more underlying.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, at the end of the song, the musicians that were playing for him were like, so this song was dedicated obviously to someone, and Jamie was just like, just smiling, looking around, and I was thinking, yeah, Jamie, tell him it was for me. And he was just like, and they were like, I wonder who that could be. And he was just like, and I was like, Jamie, now's your time.
For my gorgeous wife.
Exactly. And they were like, okay, well, she knows who she is. And I was like, and then Jamie just got up and walked off, and I was like, that's so funny. So that was fun. And then, I mean, we just had a great time in general. It was all inclusive. We drank drinks. It was great. But then, so when we went to this market, we said to the hotel, are there any local taxis? They made a phone call, and someone called Trey came to pick us up. We got in the taxi, and he was like, do you want some rum punch? And we were like, sure.
Great.
Yeah.
Taxi with good service.
Yeah, taxi with good service. So I love it that they just give you alcohol. Like,
100%.
yeah, sure.
Nice tip at the end, that's why.
Yeah. Then he dropped us off, and we were like, oh, we'll pay you. And he's like, no, I'll come pick you back up and you can pay me then. And I was thinking, I bet you will. Yeah. So he did, came and picked us up. On our way back, we were chatting, and he picked us up, and there was a woman in the front, and I was like, who's this? And he's just like, oh, I met her today, so I just thought I'd pick her up. And she was just in the front drinking rum punch.
Great.
I was like, are you friends? And she was like, yeah, I met him today. I've been at a party all morning, and yeah, we met. So she was just rolling around with him in the taxi, and I was like, course.
It's like a date, but not a date.
Yeah, so weird.
Weird.
Yeah, and
Do
then
you want to come to work with me for the day?
literally
Imagine.
in your taxi. Oh, it was so funny. It was such a funny little character. And then he was chatting about sugarcane, and that's something Barbados grow and stuff like that. And he was like, "Have you ever had any?" And we were like, "No, no." And he stopped in the middle of the road, got out, and there was some guy at the side of the road selling it. Bought us 2 bags, got him a taxi, and he was like, "There you go." And he was just like, "You just chew on it."
Just cars just going round you.
No car, just stopped all the cars. So
everyone got stuck in traffic.
Everyone then got stuck because he just stopped to buy us some sugarcane in the middle of the road.
Oh my God.
I know, but everyone's dead chill over there. Like, there's no real road rage or anything. Everyone's really calm. Everyone's tooting at one another as a kind of like, yeah, go on, mate, you go. Yeah. Everyone's dead chill. So even the people behind were just laughing at him and just like, ha ha ha, dead funny. But so whilst we were with him, he said, you need to go on a reggae bus if you've not done already. So we were like, okay, what's that? And he said, all the yellow buses, he was like, they're all reggae buses. So we were like, okay, then we'll give it a go. So the day or two later, we were like, right, we'll go to Bridgetown. We'll get on a reggae bus. And you see them flying up and down the streets. Anyway, we go to the bus stop.
Was it like what was their money?
Barbados dollars.
Right. Yeah. So is it like $1 or something for?
No, so it's like $50 is like maybe £25.
Okay.
So but everything's it's not more expensive, but like a drink is maybe $10.
Yeah, so it's more expensive than it is here, obviously. But...
Well, it's not. I would say it's probably about the same.
Yeah.
About the same, maybe a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, it just depends where you go. You can get rum punch for like £2.
Oh my God.
It's dead cheap. So it just depends on where you go.
Sounds like my kind of place. I love a rum punch.
Literally. So the bus was like, I don't know, $6 or something. So £3, £2.
Did you know it was taking you?
Yeah, because it has B-Town on it. So it's
like, it's on the front of it. So it says where it's
kind of. So imagine, you know those buses you see in America, like the yellow ones on
like
films,
a school bus.
like a school bus. It's one of those, and it's basically someone has written on a piece of card B-Town and Spice Town, which is the other way, and just stuck it in the window. And then obviously they'll turn it over when they go back the other way. Anyway, this bus comes flying towards us with B-Town on it. So like, put my hand out, and they're like, "Come on, come on, come on!" And it keeps moving, and we're like, "Oh my God!"
So it's like a London bus where you get on the back of it.
No, you've got to get on the front. But they're literally, literally, there's a driver, and then there's someone just shouting out the window, going, "Bridgetown, Bridgetown, Bridgetown!" So we were like, "Oh my God, fine!" So we like jumped on as it was moving, but there was no space. So we were like, "Where are we going?" And they were just like people everywhere, but people weren't really moving. So we're like, "Oh my God!" So
no one like moving down the bus.
No,
was it packed?
Packed like sardines. And there's like must have been like 4 subwoofers on it, and it was blasting out music like so you couldn't hear yourself think. It must have been going. It must have been like a 30-mile-an-hour road. It must have been going 70 miles an hour, chucking us across the bus. Like I was like, what the fuck? I was like, Jamie, this is mad. I was like on one person's knee, then the next person's knee. There was nothing to hold on to. I was like, God, this is actually wild. Jamie's looking at me like laughing, like this is so funny. And the music, it was like proper heavy, like gangster stuff. It was like
talking about pussies.
Pussies and like gangster guns, like fat pussy. Oh my God! Like it was so
inappropriate for children.
And they were literally school kids on these buses, and I was like, this is crazy. And then I wanted to like take a video because I thought this is wild, but I couldn't risk getting my phone because it would have ended up out a window or on someone's head. So it was.
I got like a message, it's like life or death. Spent most of my day on 2 wheels.
Literally, it literally
honestly,
was that.
Honestly,
I wish that there was a video to capture it because it was just crazy. And Jamie was like, "Should we do it again?" And then on our way back, I'm not even joking, I swear to God.
How did you not get car sick?
Honestly, I was thinking, I'm not doing that again. I'd rather get a taxi. But then Jamie's like, "Come on, we'll get the bus back." And I was like, oh. So next thing, there's a woman out the window going, Spice Town, because that's the other way.
Yeah.
So we're like, "About what?" And it looked like a Kia Sedona, like just a car. I'm thinking with tinted windows.
Like a minivan.
Like a minivan. And it's tinted windows, and we're like, all right, listen, we've been on one. It can't be any worse than that. Yeah. We get in. I'm not joking. Those little minivans are 16-seaters. I counted.
Are they 16-seaters?
16-seaters. So there's 4 seats across the front, so your driver and then 3 seats. And then there's like 4 and then 2, 2, 1.
One, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not joking, I counted, there were 24 people on that bus. And because obviously it's just a van, you couldn't actually
stood
stand
up and sat on knees
yeah, but you
or whatever.
couldn't stand up. So you had to like be bent over the person.
It's not a
like
bus.
this, because it's not a real bus. So if you're like, we had to stand up at first and we were stood up, but like our heads were here looking at someone's head. And I was like, what? I was like,
sniffing someone's hair.
And I was like, I can't do this for the next 40 minutes because it was quite far.
Did you get off at the next stop? Well,
no, there is no stops. Yeah, you don't stop. Yeah, you just tell them when you want to get off. So I was like, this is crazy. So then anyway, someone got up to get off and I was like, right, I'm having that seat. So I sat down and then Jamie came to sit on my knee and I went, absolutely not. Like, no. I said, let's switch over. And you could see people looking at him like, what are you doing? But I think because everyone was so squashed. He wasn't even thinking like, what's the logic?
He just wanted to like,
here? He was just
was like, I need to perch somewhere. Yeah.
So we swapped over, but
oh my God.
I was like, I'm not doing that again.
Sounds like something out of a comedy sketch.
Yeah, honestly, if you'd watched it, I don't know whether it actually comes across that wild.
Did they have like a pussy music and stuff?
Yeah. Oh yeah, there was loads of pussy music going on. Honestly, the words. And there was like a family with like little kids. And I was like, you would not get away with that back home.
Oh my God.
You absolutely wouldn't. But it was just, obviously now I look back, it was fun. It was silly. And it's always experiences. And you live telltale.
Exactly. The amount of like mad taxi rides and transport I've had abroad is not okay. It's complete chaos.
I know. Do you know, it really is a different world. And you really, really realise how fortunate we are to live here.
Yeah.
Like, I guess fortunate and not fortunate. There's
Uber's everywhere though now, isn't it? But
I mean, you can get everything yesterday here.
Yeah.
And houses are made from bricks.
100%.
And it's all watertight.
Yeah.
You know, over there, we were just walking down the beach and there were signs everywhere saying, be tsunami smart. And I was like, great. Can't wait for that.
What does that mean?
Just basically...
I wouldn't know what to do with it.
No, exactly. So it had like bullet points on what you should do if a tsunami happens.
And run is one of them.
Run is every single bullet point is run. So it was like, if you hear a noise, run. If you see like water like moving in a weird way, run. Like every answer to the bullet point was just run.
Do they get hit by tsunamis often?
Well, I don't know, but the island is only 21 miles long.
Oh my God.
So to drive, you can drive the whole island in like 3.5, 4 hours.
That's wild.
Yeah, so if a tsunami is going to come, I'm not sure where you're running to because I reckon a tsunami could take you out.
They must have high ground with the hotels and stuff, right? They must have like some sort of evacuation plan.
Well, so as you drive out of the town, and really not that far, they had signs saying tsunami evacuation points.
Right, yeah.
So it was...
They've obviously they've made like makeshift places and stuff that you can go to.
Yeah, I mean, there was nothing in there.
Yeah,
There's literally just a sign and it's like by a golf course and stuff. So I imagine that's your point that you meant
everyone
to get
just flees to there. So
and then to kind of maybe be away from the bulk of it.
Yeah.
And then I imagine that's when helicopters or planes or whatever would come to the rescue, if they could rescue. Because I guess any flights would come from like Mexico, America to rescue. But who knows? But I was like, this is not ideal.
No.
But there was no tsunami, so
you were fine.
All good.
Yeah.
But it was just wild. You really just see how life is in other places. And I remember when I went to Thailand, it was the same. The houses are made from wood. Well, not most of them. I would say the majority of them.
Like huts, aren't they?
They're
most
huts.
Of them, yeah.
Most of them are huts. It's like, is this your land? Is it not your land? Like,
yeah. Well, they're just all bunged in, aren't they, at different places? Like, obviously, if you're a family, there's like 6 of you sharing a little hut.
Oh, yeah. And so the majority of the island is like that, but then all of a sudden you come to areas like where we were staying, called Whole Town, and it's so affluent. You see it, these big, beautiful hotels.
Yeah.
Like, so many
very tourist heavy resorts.
So many of the like rich and famous have houses there, like Simon Cowell, Cliff Richard, like...
Oh my God.
Yeah, Cilla Black lived in an apartment there, or had an apartment there, and then she built a house, and like 2 days before or after the house was built, she died. How mad? But like loads of
sad, isn't it?
they all go to these places, but because it's so good for golfing, I think that's why probably a lot of them go. But it also makes sense from America, and you can get a direct flight from the UK.
Honestly, it's been one of my bucket list places to go. 100%.
I mean, it's beautiful. The water is crystal clear.
Did you get a lot of mither from people on the beach selling things?
Absolutely.
None. Really?
None.
I like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind it, but when it's like constant, like incessant, massage, drink, fruit, and I'm just like, guys, I just want to lie here and sleep.
Yeah, absolutely none. But again, maybe it's because it's a more affluent area.
Yeah.
And
They just don't pester, which is good.
There's just no pestering at all.
To be honest, I'm surprised I didn't get kidnapped.
Well, a few people tried. They literally, a few boys came up to me in front of Jamie and was like, "Hi, what's your name?" And I was like, "The balls."
They're not arsed, are they?
No, the
not
actual
arsed.
balls. But
no.
to be fair, if I was Jamie, I would have been like, "There you go," because most of the men had like thick gold chains on, had the odd gold tooth.
Yeah.
So if they wanted me, they absolutely could have taken me. Yeah. Not because I wanted
Threw
it.
you over the shoulder, fireman's
not
list.
because I wanted it, but I imagine they would have just
skipped you up, be like,
yeah, they would have taken me. Yeah.
God.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I've actually got millions of stories, but I won't bore everyone because
great.
but I can
just tell me. Yeah,
I'll tell you,
100%.
and then any good ones we can then share on the pod.
I mean, it's made me very excited for Ibiza next month.
Oh my God, Ibiza! So excited.
Yeah,
and I'm loving it. All the girls, they are on it right now.
Yeah. Well, this month actually, because we're recording this just at the end of May, which is right before.
Yeah, the pod will go out in June, won't it?
Yeah.
Everyone is getting ready for the halls, aren't they?
We are getting ready, babes.
Yeah, that Shein is gonna need to just dedicate someone specifically to
packaging
post.
us.
Post our stuff.
Although we do need to buy soon if we're gonna, because it's like a 2-week wait or something. Isn't it? So everyone's panic buying, everyone's getting ready.
Yeah.
But it's made me very excited. I definitely need some sunshine in my
life.
life.
I feel like everyone's caning the gym, trying to get onto it. But
it's panic stations.
It is. Everyone's like, "Oh my God, how much can I lose in the next 4 weeks?"
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, but it just makes me think, like, what else is there that we can do other than go to the gym? Because obviously we speak about this loads. We love our walking. We go to the gym. But, like, I feel like there's loads of sports out there that we could actually do.
Yeah.
But we just don't do it.
Yeah.
But, like, what would you do if you weren't doing, like, the gym and walking? What would you want to do?
So I've recently wanted to start horse riding.
Oh my God, yes, because Molly May.
Not because of Molly May, although Molly May's obviously a thing. Basically, because Charlie's got horses now.
Oh yeah.
And she's got 2 horses that she's currently breaking in the like training them and stuff. So I eventually want to ride on a horse. I imagine myself galloping in the countryside with my hair just wafted in the wind, just riding a horse like an absolute stallion, baby. And I just can't wait for that feeling, and I really want it. But obviously, I haven't. I've rode a horse before. I've mucked a horse out. I've looked after horses, blah blah. Because I had friends that had horses previously, but now that they've got rid of them now, obviously years later, because they're older, they have less time, they've got families, etc. So I actually haven't been with a horse for a very long time, although obviously fed, etc. with Charlie's. So I do want to start up again. However, it's a very expensive hobby.
Is it?
I haven't been working recently. So as soon as I start working, I think I'm going to do that at the weekends.
That'd be really nice.
Yeah.
How much is it to go horse riding?
It depends. It varies. Like, it depends on what you want to get out of it. They do group sessions and one-to-one sessions. Obviously, the group sessions, you're in a class of like 10, I think, 8 to 10 people, depending on who you go with. They range from like £35 to £45.
And is that for like an
hour?
Yeah.
But then if you do a one-to-one session, it can range anything from £45 to £60, but that's for half an hour.
Oh my God.
I know. But to be honest, I think the half an hour one-to-one's probably better for me.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like I want to know if I want to do it and pursue it. I don't want to ride in front of anybody else. I want to have that, the sole constant, it sounds awful this, but like the tutor to be solely concentrated on me.
Yeah.
Am I sat right? Am my heels in the stirrups right? Do you know what I mean? Am I holding the reins right? I want to start from like the bottom and work my way up.
I mean, maybe it's something that you could say, right, I'm going to do 10 one-to-one sessions, and once I know like this is how I need to be, this is how I need to sit,
you're better cantering than you are just walking.
Oh really?
Because walking uses a lot more muscles, because you're obviously trying to whereas if you're galloping, if you're cantering, you're just doing this as opposed to, but I'm excited for the bums and the legs outcome for it.
Is it because you're so tense?
No, well, because you sat up, so you've got your legs in the stirrups. I could be saying this completely wrong, by the way. I have not had a riding lesson, but my understanding is from very many years ago, and obviously I was taught by a friend, not by a tutor, is that you sit in the saddle, you hold the reins, you have your feet in the stirrups, and you basically just kick your heels into the horse, and the horse goes.
Oh right.
And if you nudge them with your heels, they go. But if you hold your feet and the reins, then they stop.
Right.
So. And the walking, obviously the steady walking, because you sat on the saddle, you sort of go like up and down,
And is that just like
motion.
almost like guiding the horse?
It's not guiding the horse. It's more for you and your posture and how you sit on it.
Right.
Whereas when they're cantering, you're basically just you're fully in it. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? There's less. It's more. It's all about the legs and the bum and the sitting in the saddle.
Yeah. Because
it's hard to explain.
I always thought really the horse was doing the work, not you. In terms of obviously, I know you have to like.
But I'm not.
But
even
it is
joking.
a workout, is it for you?
Have you ever seen a fat horse rider?
No, I haven't.
There you go then. And I'm telling you, even if you might have seen someone with a little bit of weight, they'll be carrying it around the middle, not around the thighs and the bum.
Yeah.
And I feel like the workout that you would get from horse riding is insane.
Yeah, it's not for me because I'm scared, because you've got to put your trust.
I am terrified.
And horses are big.
But with horse riding, so the thing is, this is why I want to do the lessons, is because they're bomb proof. These are horses that have had 6-year-olds, like 10-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 30-years, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, maybe even over the years. This horse knows the yard better than the trainer does. So they know they're going to plop you on. You're going to walk around the yard. You're going to stop. Then the next time you might go a little bit faster or whatever. You might walk up and down in a different rhythm or something. That horse knows in their head they've got a routine of what they do each session. So they're not fazed by it. They're completely not fazed by it. So and they live on a farm, most of them. So they're used to seeing like cats, dogs, whatever, sheep. So they're not really that asked. So I feel like I want to do that first, get my confidence up before riding in a particular horse.
Yeah, I think it's, for me, I suppose it's like having a dog. Like now with Rosie, I trust Rosie 99.9%.
Yeah.
So I think because I've got that relationship with her, I literally know when she wants something. I know it, and she could literally just be sat on the floor, but just looking at her, I can go.
You know when you need a wee or poop or
like
food or whatever.
She doesn't. It's like we've got that relationship where.
But that's the same with a horse.
But that's what I mean.
Yeah, 100%.
I think the idea of just getting on a horse that I don't even know, I've never met before.
No, I get that.
Yeah, I think. But what if like you don't like me? What if I don't like you? And I think it's that I'd almost want my own horse.
But I think so I think you'll meet the horses. I think the trainers know the horses, and then they meet you and they get a vibe from you, and then they pair you up. Because and then also like that is true, you do bond with them. Like for example, like Charlie's horses, they are the most beautiful personalities. They are so different from each other, but you can see like, so Charlie bought a specific breed of horse because that's what she wanted, and her mum bought a specific breed of horse because that's what she wanted. However, they've ended up bonding with the opposite.
Right.
So Charlie's bonded with Kate's, and Kate's bonded with Charlie's, and that's because they've just the way that bond was worked, it's just happened.
Yeah.
So like I feel like watching that unfold is like the most beautiful thing. And I think these horses were so scared of humans previously.
Yeah.
And then they've slowly obviously introduced them to more and more things and tried to desensitize them, because obviously they're only babies still. So it's been really nice for me to be able to see that and also experience it as well.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they've warmed to me, so they know who I am now. So when I come to the yard now, they come straight over to me. They come galloping with the hair wafting in the wind.
Does Charlie and Kate ride them?
Not yet. We can't ride them. It's too early yet.
Right.
They're still being broken in. They call it breaking in, but it's not like. It's basically because they're quite jumpy at things at the moment. It's still really hard to get. You don't want to get on the back of one until you absolutely know it's going to be safe.
Yeah.
Just because too many accidents can happen. I mean, Molly May. She's a perfect example on a documentary. She fell off the horse and whacked her head.
Yeah.
But you could see she got stressed, so the horse fed off the stress.
Of course, and I think that's the thing for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the idea of, when you see people on country lanes riding horses and it's so natural.
Yeah.
But the reality is, I think, what if it just got shocked? And I'd panic currently. Yeah. I guess you learn,
it won't be the first time that they've been there, and it won't be the last time either. But that's why you've got helmets. Yeah. This is why you wear proper gear. Yeah. And you can hire it or you can buy it depending on what you want to do.
And these people like that are on those country lanes, like they will have a relationship with them, those horses, the same way we have with.
I mean, look at police horses.
Yeah.
Look at police horses. They are absolutely huge, and they get that bond with them straight away. So yeah. Crazy. What would you do?
Well, I mean, I've always liked a ball sport.
Okay.
I love my balls.
Yeah. Love balls.
Love balls. So I I used to be on a netball team, so I'd love to get back into
Netball's
that.
so good.
But what I would say is, when you're young and you do a sport like that, you kind of know where you're at, and then you kind of obviously
Have a
stop
break.
doing that, and then 20 years later you're like, do you know what? I'd like to get back into netball or rounders or something like that, because I love rounders.
Let me tell you, right?
Okay.
I went into netball. I had a break. I did it in high school. I loved it. I was good at it because I was tall. Not because I chose it, just because I was tall. But I had a break, and then whatever time, I think it was like when we was working at Media City, the girls were playing a match. It was like 5v5 or whatever it was, can't remember. Anyway, we played on the pitch, and I am telling you now, it's like someone sucker punched me and winded me.
Really?
Because it was a shock to the system at how unfit I actually physically was.
Yeah.
Because you forget how much running up and down you do.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, you're constantly like doing the pivot move, and you're moving around, and you're constantly blocking people, and you're looking at other people around you. It's like football, isn't it? Like, but it is intense.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the thing, that you think, oh yeah, I'm good at that, and it's like, well, I was 20 years ago, but now if I was to go to a team, I'd have to go to a social, just for fun.
100%.
Because I'm not instantly joining any team.
Because
I don't know if I'm good anymore in comparison to these people that potentially have been doing it since we're 15. Absolutely not. So I was always either goal attack or goal shooter.
Yeah.
Always good getting it in the hole.
Yeah. Always
been good at that.
That's actually landed Jamie.
It's true. Yeah, so I'd love to get back into that, and I'd love to do more rounders. I mean, obviously, me and Jamie, Eden, my little brother, he loves badminton. He's so good at it. So we went and played badminton at a proper badminton place against like proper people that were good.
I remember you saying actually.
And it was loads of fun, but you do realise how crap you are in comparison to these pros. And these aren't even pros; these are just people that love it. They play it every week.
Badminton is the one with the shuttlecock.
Yeah.
See, I prefer tennis.
Yeah,
tennis is more my guy.
Yeah, I love tennis too. Me and Jamie go and play. There's a little place around here, and we'll just go and play on like Saturday morning or something. 100%.
We get very competitive.
This is the problem. If we do want,
I'm not very good,
continue doing,
but I'm very competitive.
Well, that's good, because I am. So I'm quite good. So.
What to say?
But that's annoying, because if I then lose and I've said I'm good, then I get wound up, and then I probably won't ever want to talk to you again. So
end of Manc Gal Pod.
Yeah, end of Manc Gal Pod. If it stops abruptly, everyone.
Yeah.
This is why me and Liv have had a game of tennis.
But yeah, I feel like they're really good sports. I feel like they're easily to do.
You know what? They're so accessible.
Yeah,
Our local leisure centre, you can go for a game of badminton for £5-6 for an hour,
good.
which is great.
£6 an hour.
Love that. And
I don't know who I think I am. I've got no job, and I feel like I'm going horse riding. Like, who am I?
Literally, I'm there with accessible, affordable sports, and you're like, I want to do horse riding, a bit of croquet.
Oh, literally. I'm playing polo next.
Yeah, polo, that'll be the one. But yeah, and then tennis is a bit more expensive, but that's at another local place, and that's like £15 for an hour. But so still, good. Even if you just do it once a month,
you take your own rackets.
No, you can. They just give them you. Yeah.
Perfect.
And the badminton is good, because actually you could go with your whole family, and it's still only £6 or £5 for the hour, and then you just mix it up.
I really want to play tennis now.
Okay.
Watch this space, guys.
Watch this space. Right, before we end, because we've defo spoken for longer than I expected, and I know that a lot of that was me talking about Barbados. But
we love it.
You brought a fun thing, because you're very good at this at the moment, bringing little ranking challenges to the table, and it's good for everyone to get involved in too.
Yeah. So I have a couple of things that you can get involved in. So ranking crisps. So I have 3 different ones here, and they're not the best, they're not the worst, they're just mediocre ones, but you guys have to rank them in your head. I'm going to ask Gracie as well.
Yeah, so we're not just ranking crisps, we're going to rank a few different confectionaries.
Oh, sorry. Crisps, chocolate, hangover food, sauces, ice cream, and pizza toppings.
Yes, we are.
Let's rate this. I don't know what that is, but let's go for it. Like crisps. Okay. 1 to 3.
Yeah.
1 being the best, obviously.
Yeah.
Monster Munch, Quavers, and Skips.
Okay. Skips number 3. Quavers number 2. Monster Munch number 1.
Oh my god, Skips are my favourite.
Are they?
I freaking love them. Prawn cocktail is my favourite flavour.
Give me though a what's it any day. I know it's not on our list, but I absolutely love what's it. And the prawn cocktail what's it.
Oh my god, really? I've never tried them.
Oh, I'm going to buy you a pack.
Oh my god.
The prawn cocktail Whatsits are the one.
Not keen on Whatsits though.
Well,
controversial. Chocolate bar. 1 being the best, 3 being the worst. Caramac Twirl Galaxy.
It will be Caramac number 3.
Yeah.
Twirl number 2. Galaxy number 1.
Twirl
albeit
1, Galaxy second.
Albeit
you love a celebration though, don't you?
No, you love a celebration.
No,
I love
Quality
a hero.
Street.
Yeah, Quality Street. yeah, Quality Street.
I do love a hero though.
Yeah, I don't mind hero. Although I have to say, Cadbury's is my favourite chocolate.
Yeah.
What's yours?
I'd probably say the same, to be fair.
Yeah.
They just make so much. Do you know what I used to love? I used to love those like caramel Freddos. You know, when you were younger, like 10p Freddos.
Yeah,
I used
they're
to
25p
love those.
now. My love. Disgusting.
Cost of living crisis.
My favourite is Marvellous Creations.
Oh my god. Do you know what though? What's the one with like the crackling?
That's one.
Is
Marvellous
that it?
Creations,
Yeah.
It's my favourite.
Cute. Hangover food. 1, 2, 3. Pizza, Chinese, Indian.
Indian number 3. Chinese number 2. Pizza number 1. You cannot go wrong with a pizza.
I must agree with that, to be fair, because I feel like pizza's just so much stodgy and it just soaks it all up, all the carbs soak it up. Whereas Chinese is my favourite takeaway.
Same.
But I wouldn't say it was a hungover.
I would agree. I'd say when I'm hungover, like I just want something easy. I want to
100%.
order. I just want to be able to order a pizza.
100%.
I don't want to have to think about what I'm ordering on the takeaway app.
Yeah. Condiments, as in sauces.
Yeah.
So we've got ketchup, barbecue sauce, mayo, the standard.
Yeah, the standard. I suppose it's going to have to go barbecue sauce, did you say? Or brown sauce?
Barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce number 3. Ketchup number 2, mayo number 1, with a high number 1 being Peronaise.
Peronaise, I agree. Peronaise isn't on there, but I would put Peronaise on there.
Yeah.
I'd do mayo 1.
Yeah.
Barbecue 2, ketchup 3.
Oh, but I do love a ketchup. Like I
find it quite rich though.
It is, but ketchup on scrambled eggs.
No, brown sauce for me. All brown sauce. Next one is ice cream. Vanilla, chocolate, strawberry.
Strawberry number 3, vanilla number 2, chocolate number 1.
I agree.
Yeah,
I must agree with that one. Mm-hmm. And then the last one is pizza toppings, since we like pizza.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Ham and pineapple, chicken and waffle, or margarita.
Oh, I feel like pepperoni should really be in there, but I would say chicken and waffle. No, margarita number 3.
Yeah.
Chicken and waffle number 2, ham and pineapple number 1.
Oh, I said chicken and waffle number 1 because have you tasted Crazy Pedro's chicken and waffle?
I have.
So good.
Yeah.
Although not so good reheated, guys. So do not do that when you take home. But very, very good fresh. Ham and pineapple, you can have it on reheat. It's good.
That's
Domino's.
Domino's.
Yeah.
So good.
I like the stuffed crust as well.
Same.
See, and this is why we go to the gym, guys.
This is why we have to go to the gym and why I'm never going to be size 6.
Yeah.
There we go. It doesn't matter.
But so we'll just leave you with that for now, guys.
Actually, one more thing. Whilst I was in Barbados, I got Liv's a nice little treat.
Oh,
so I feel like we should try it whilst we're on the pod. We can always cut this out.
Yeah.
So I got Liv's from Barbados this little thing called a sugar cake. Now I've never tried it myself, but it was pink, and so I thought it would go well with Manc Gal Pod.
Oh God.
So Liv's is opening it.
Got to get into it first. By the way, guys, if I die on the pod because of this, whatever it is.
But it matches our aesthetic.
It is. Very
cute. Pink. Oh. Liz is eating it right now. It's like for those of you that are just listening, it's just like pink coconutty, like it almost looks like a soap bar.
It's actually really nice.
Is it really nice?
Very, 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 very sweet.
Right.
Very coconutty.
Okay.
Which I wouldn't normally have. Actually, with this, it's quite good.
Really? Oh, okay.
It tastes like a strawberry bounty.
No way. Delicious.
But yeah. So we'll leave you with that, guys.
Yeah.
Go and get yourself one from Barbados.
Remember, like, follow, share. Please follow us because that's what gives us most like engagement and things like that. But obviously, please interact with us. I'm going to try and do more polls and stuff. But yeah, thanks so much.
We'll love you and leave you.
See you next week.
Guys.
Bye.